Hey everybody, how you guys doing? I hope you had a good break and you had a lovely time. So today we are going to talk about your discussion question that you have to do this week. So if we take a look up here, this is what you're going to look at the discussion question. This is what is going to be due on Friday. Okay, and here your job is you're going to have to read this article here. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to take you to this website. Okay, so just like this, you can see those little duckies up here, and there's some reading here. So you're going to read through this, okay, and it's going to explain to you guys about momentum. Momentum is that thing we had just left off before we left class and went home. So this is where we're going to basically wrap up our unit, and I want to make sure you guys understand momentum. Okay, so read all this, and then your job is you're going to have to come up with a question about momentum and then answer it yourself. Okay, make up a momentum problem. So you might be sitting there thinking, well, how do I make up a problem? What can I possibly do? Well, there's a couple ideas. You could do something that is based off of one of your interests. You could do something about, like, recently Tony Hawk did a video because of quarantine, and he did a half pipe. You can measure his momentum. You could do momentum based on a car or a baseball or a basketball, or when you go dancing or when you walk around your room. Or momentum basically is anything that's moving. You can figure it out. So if you can Google up the weight and the average velocity, or at least a ballpark of velocity for something, you can make up a problem. Because if we look, mass and velocity. So as long as you know the mass and the velocity of whatever you're looking at, you can make up a problem about it. Okay. I would prefer you do a collision problem where we have two objects coming at each other and we figure out the momentum at the end of it, how much is gained or lost. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example one. You cannot take my example, but you can use the objects in it or other videos of this example I'm about to show you, if you would like. Okay. So I'm sitting here and basketball's canceled, baseball's canceled, and I was looking for a sport to at least watch, and there is one sport that is still going on, and that would be, yes, marble racing. It's great. So if we take a look, the production quality is great, but we can calculate the momentum of these marbles. They're pretty awesome. So let's take a look at that. I'm going to post this video online in the link below so that way you can watch it on your own time and you might really get into the marble races. That's great. I don't want to spoil it, but it is pretty fun. This is the qualifying round, and they race around the track, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, so I'll show you a little bit about this. See, there's our little friend there, Speedy. He's going around his track there. So I'm going to make my problem based off of the Marbula 1 League. So here's a sample problem I wrote. So first I wrote, what is the momentum of Speedy the Rojo Roller? Okay. If I stop there, would that be a good question? No. Okay. It doesn't have enough information in it, and it doesn't really tell me what's going on. Because if you look up here, it says please make sure you add your units and make sure that you can use examples in the article, or you can use these marbles. Okay. So instead, you have to add on to it, Speedy weighs 2.7 grams. How did I figure that out? Well, I used my good old friend Google here. I looked up the average weight of a marble, and that's what I did. Okay. Marbles weigh about 0.16 ounces. Uh-oh, that's English. I want metric. So if you look down here, I found it in metric right here, and it says it's about 2.71 grams. Okay, 2.71 grams. I don't know why I won't let me draw on here. Okay, 2.71 grams. So that's where I got my number for my sample problem. Okay, 2.7 grams. Speedy took 30.7 seconds to travel, because I got that from the video. If you want to watch, you can see him make his track debut. And the track distance is, I looked that up, which is over here. The Savage Speedway, which where he was racing, was about 12.1 meters. So remember, speed is distance over time. Velocity and speed are interchangeable here. So since I now have my distance and my time, I could look up Speedy's velocity, which was 0.42 meters per second. So I have his weight, I have his velocity, and if we look back here, momentum is mass times velocity. So I showed my work, which is 2.7 grams times my speed. So if you look, I didn't show my work. So what you'd have to do is you'd have to show yourself finding his velocity and then multiplying this velocity by the weight to get a momentum of this, okay, which is 1.134 grams per meters per second. Now, if you have what I have here, that's good. I would like a little bit more detail though. Okay, if you can show more work, that would be helpful. And this is like a simple problem. I would prefer if you could add a little bit more, a collision problem. And we remember with the property of conservation of energy that if you have two marbles that hit each other head-on collision, the one that has the more momentum is going to win out, and anything extra above the opposing force is going to be the speed of the both of the marbles afterwards. Okay, so I gave some more information here, and you can read what that looks like. And we did it. We did our equation again. We found out that Momo, which is another marble, is going at 1.35 grams per meter per second, and we used Speedy's old time here. And if we look, this one is larger than this one, so this one's going to win out. Momo's going to win out. He's going east, so in the end, we subtract 1.13 from 1.345, and we get a difference of 0.22, and they're heading east after the collision. Okay, so you don't have to use the marbles. You can use what's in here. There are some easier examples in here. You can use those if you'd rather. That's fine. But you can also use something on your own. If you want to use your own example, that's fine. So that's all you got to do. You got to write a little question and answer it and show your work. Okay. I hope that cleared things up on this, and I hope to talk to you guys soon. Bye bye.